Carrie.
What I know, I'm not techie, you know that. All right. So what I wanted to talk to you guys about today was because I know we're all, at least the four of us I know, are all the ones who are really like trying to go for this are all kind of struggling with accountability and in the business side of things. Like we all, myself included, I mean, I am no angel with this whatsoever, but and I really wanted to try to come up with a system that works for all of us, you know, because I know we're all different and we all have different strengths and weaknesses, and make it an open discussion to find a system that works for us that we can be accountable to each other. So there's a couple different ways we can do it, and maybe we can just throw things, or if you guys have any ideas, throw things out there, but to see if we can, you know, starting maybe, you know, after the Christmas break, like in January, if we all really want to try to be accountable to the business, you know. So that's kind of what I wanted to talk, because I know I struggled with it definitely over the Thanksgiving break. And you guys, first of all, and I know I texted you guys this, but I can't even tell you how thankful I am for you over that time. I mean, you guys, the three of you were like amazing, you know, like it was one of those times where that really tested me as far as like, should I be doing this? And like, should I throw in the towel? What should I, you know, like you guys, I mean, it blew my mind and literally brings tears to my eyes. So thank you so much for the support and how much you guys bonded together. It was like awesome. So maybe it was a blessing in disguise. Who knows, right? But thank you so much. Okay, so real quick, there's so many announcements. Have you guys listened to the wake up calls?
I have not had a chance.
Did you listen to it, Christina?
No.
Okay, no, that's okay, because if I just wanted to know, so in case this is like a total surprise to you. First of all, the challenge packs in December, they're all listed here and they're in the back office. So I won't go through all of them, but one of the big things, Beachbody's really changing things up now, guys. So I think gone are the days of program-specific challenge packs. I'm not going to say gone, but I think they're transitioning away from that. At the end of this month, you know, these challenge packs will no longer be on promotion, ever. So you know how every month they have different challenge packs on promotion and on sale?
Yeah.
That's not going to happen anymore. December is it.
Okay.
Okay, so they're going to all be regular price, which is still a bargain, because typically if you were to say get like quarter force, everything you get in quarter force and get it all separately, it would be like $190, you know, so it's still a good bargain at $160, but even a better bargain at $140, but they're stopping that, okay, after December. So definitely push that with people who are looking for a bargain. Like if you're talking to people, you can use that as sort of incentive for them to sign up in the month of December, because otherwise the prices are going to go up for that kind of stuff. So that is what, you know, try to use that as far as like as incentive. The Success Club prize for December is a personal development webinar with Elizabeth Gilbert. She's I didn't know her name off the top of my head, but she wrote Eat, Pray, Love. Remember that book? Like about 10 years ago, whatever, she got a divorce and like traveled the world and wrote this book about self-discovery and whatever. Well, I guess she's written another book. And this might be part of her book tour. Who knows? But it's a personal development webinar with her. It's a Success Club prize if you hit Success Club 5 in December. You guys know, and I think, Chris, I'm not sure where it is by you, but the next Super Saturday is January 7th. Christina, I'm so mad I can't go. I told you this, right?
Yes. It's okay.
Are you going to still go?
I'm hoping to, but as of right now, I don't have a sitter, and my daughter has dance and Carter has basketball. So yeah. I not only need to get one sitter, I need to get two, but I really, really want to go.
Okay, because I know Liz and everybody will be there, and I'll definitely tag you up with everybody. My cousin has her baby shower which like I would be excommunicated from my family if I missed. And it's at 11. I thought it might be at like 1 or 2 and I could at least go for like a couple hours to Super Saturday, at least from like maybe 10 to 12, but the shower starts at 11. So I'm like, I'm SOL.
It's fine.
So if you don't have a ticket, you can have mine.
No, I bought a ticket.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah.
So Chris, if you could, I don't know if you can get one, if there's one in Honolulu.
There is.
If you could get one, that would be cool.
I'll try.
Yeah, I know your schedule is a little off the rocker.
Yeah.
The health, you guys have heard about the Beachbody Health Vet or no?
Yes.
Yes. Christina, yes, no?
Kinda.
You want me to explain it? Okay, I'll explain it. This is, the Health Vet is really, really cool. And it's definitely a tool for you guys to use to leverage the business. Essentially what's happening is Beachbody is starting with a pot of $1 million. And then for every challenge pack that's purchased in December, they're adding $5 to that pot. I think it's if I understand this correctly, it's going to be a pot, it's going to end up being a pot of between $2 and $3 million that they're going to split amongst all challengers who are actively participating in a challenge group through the My Challenge Tracker app between January 9th and February 5th. This is the second time they've done it. They did it in September and it was a huge success. So I'm almost positive the rules are that if you have to post regularly to the group. So it's, I think, and it's not every day. It's like you're required to do, I think, 5 Shakeologies and 3 workouts per week. And if you do that, then you win your piece of the prize. And then they split the money equally amongst everybody and you get paid. That's pretty much all it is. So it's basically like they're betting on you. It's like it's an extra incentive for us to all participate in it because it's a way for them to boost, participation in the groups, but to incentivize people. And it's like, hey, I'm betting on your fitness. I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. This stuff works. If you do the work, I'll pay you for it. And you'll all, so it's like an extra incentive. So it's really awesome. You can definitely, because people, why not, right? If they can get paid for it, I don't know how much people got paid out in September. But I think it's a decent chunk of change. It all depends on how many people actually are doing it because it's split evenly, but definitely use that in your conversations with people to leverage, say, hey, it's a great, I wrote up a little script like this is great. You can actually get paid to, reach your goals. So it's kind of like a win-win, right? So that is a huge, huge deal. The group is, and Chris texted me about this earlier today, and we can discuss this too. Now we've had the same challenge group running. We're going on 55 days now. My hunch is to stop this one and start a new one because people fall off the wagon and stop participating in it. And we just post in the group and say, hey, this group is going to end, a new one is going to start. If you want this, I already posted about the Health Vet and only Kara Cunningham, or I say Cunningham because I knew her before she got married, but Kara Kugler was the only one to respond. I even wrote in the post, please respond that you read this. So I know you're informed. And I think, did you respond? No, but I'm not talking about coaches. I just mean other challengers, nobody even responded to it. So I don't know if they even saw it, but if they didn't, that's more the fact they're sort of falling off the wayside with the group. And this is hopefully a way to re-engage them and say, if you're in it, you have to actively accept another invitation into the group. I have to send it to your email. I have to actively accept it, and then it'll be fresh in their brain again. You know what I mean? So I think that we run the risk of losing participants, but hopefully, Kara said, well, why wouldn't I do that? I get paid to do what I'm doing already, which is exactly the case, right? So, so that's what we want to definitely instill in people. If we can keep posting about it in the Challenge Tracker app again, in case people didn't see it the first time, that would be awesome. So use that in your conversations with people. So the group's going to start on the 9th, but I know if you have any new people coming in, I know I have 2 coming in. I'm going to start a preseason week on the 2nd. So I'll open the group on the 2nd and start a preseason week for those people, you know, to help them with grocery shopping and understanding the containers and all that kind of stuff. And then the formal part of it will start on Monday the 9th. Okay, so the next big announcement, which is what the last National Wake Up Call with Carl was about, is this new challenge pack that they're launching. It is called the annual All Access Beachbody On Demand and Shakeology Challenge Pack. It's really long. Basically what it is you get a year subscription to Beachbody On Demand with Shakeology for $199. You know, his whole premise, which I completely agree with, and we want to help people live healthy, fulfilling lives, but when you sell them a program, which is, it's great, you know, a lot of times they'll finish it and then they're like, okay, either they stop and they're like, now what, right? So, and even when you got the free month of Beachbody On Demand with that, you know, they could check it out, but then come day 30, after they purchase their challenge pack, they're not only getting billed for their, you know, start of their billable Beachbody On Demand, but they're also getting billed for their Shakeology refill, both on the same day. And they think that was making people like discontinue. They got hit with like 2 charges in one day, you know, so they want to eliminate that from people getting charged. Do you know what I'm saying? Like they would get their free 30 days to Beachbody On Demand, and then at 30 days, they would get that $38 charge for the next quarter, plus their charge for their Shakeology renewal. And it kind of hit people in the face a little bit. And plus, this is now like he wants this to be a lifestyle for people. So you get access to every program Beachbody's ever produced, including any new programs that are launched within that year. So it's a 12-month subscription. That's pretty much what it is. So it's not program specific, but it allows people, hey, I'm not just doing one program. We really want this to be your lifestyle. Do a program, then jump into another one, and then another one, and then another one, right? So this is huge. I think this is where they are going in general with this. Now, $199 is really cheap, guys. This this challenge pack becomes available on December 27th. I'm sorry, I forgot to put it up there. It's not available till December 27th, and then it goes through February. After February, I have a feeling the price is going to go up, because Carl said in the wake up call, he said, we're kind of taking it in the shorts with this one because it's so inexpensive. Like they're really not making any money with it at this price because it's so inexpensive. I mean, you're getting $6,000 worth of workout programs plus $129 worth of Shakeology for $199, you know, so it's a really, really great deal. And after that 1 year, I think the annual renewal is $99 for the year of Beachbody On Demand. So it will, after that 12 months, Beachbody On Demand will continue to renew annually at $99 a year. So that's how this challenge pack works. It's huge. You know, he called it a revolution, and it does. It changes the whole way we do things, I think, you know, because it changes the way we talk to people about what their program, you know, you still have to help people with what program is best for them. But then once they finish a program, it's not like you have to keep them as a customer. It's not like you have to resell them. You don't have to go through the whole spiel and try to get them to make another purchase. You don't have to do that, which is so hard a lot of times. So, you know, and then they'll just fall off and you lose them and you can't get them re-engaged. And this time it's just, they're there and you can just say, hey, let's try. If they've fallen off the wagon, so what? Get them back on. It's not like it requires any additional financial commitment from them. So they're much more likely to stay involved and be an active participant. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay. So let's go on. So I want to jump on real quick to January because I know it's the end of December. So I just wanted to put this up here for our January calendar. I'll post the calendar in the team page also. But if you look here on January 9th, we know that's the Health Bet challenge group that we're going to do. I put up here the preseason that we're going to start. I'll start on the 2nd. We're going to go back to doing these calls more regularly. So we'll do them every other week. We'll do them on, Thursdays at 9, the 12th and the 26th. Again, the TNT, I don't have it in here, but the TNT Dynasty team call, if you can get on live, that's great. I usually can't because my kids are, don't go to bed till like 9:30 on those days because of practices and stuff. But always I'll always post the call. I haven't posted it yet, but I'll always post the call in our team page also. Try to listen to it, the recording, definitely, because it is so helpful. Laura gets information from her mother team, which is the Bombshell Dynasty, which is Lindsay Matway. So she gets tons of information that I'm not privy to. So definitely try to listen to that call if you can at all. Driving in, I always just do it when I'm in the car. I squeeze that in, or when I'm walking the dog or whatever, I put my headphones in. And one thing I really want to get back to doing, which I know we got away from the past month or two, is recruiting. I would like to start a Coach Basics every month, the first Monday of every month. But in order to do that, we need to recruit people. This is something that is really important to grow a business, one that has a stable income, is to try to share the opportunity with people. This is such a life-changing opportunity. It does require consistency. It does require patience, but it's amazing the lifestyle that it can provide for people, and the camaraderie, the friendship. It's something that has really helped me, and I know a gazillion other people. So what I'd like to do is do 2 coaching of, recruiting events per month. I'd like to do one live call where it's basically I just get on, and for a half an hour, just it's a little PowerPoint presentation I can give. And I can do that on the 23rd on a Monday. So these are important for you guys to know, just so you can invite people to them. And then also on the 17th through the 19th, I'd like to do a group, a 3-day group, just where we post, different posts for 3 days about different aspects of the business, different videos from different coaches on what coaching is all about. So I'm going to do those 2 things in order to start a Coach Basics on February 6th. So I put that in here. So for anybody who signs up, from this coaching sneak peek and from the live coaching call, usually it takes a couple days for them to get them situated, get them signed up, and then for them to get their welcome packet in the mail, so that by the time February 6th comes, they're ready to go and we can start a Coach Basics. So the reason I put these up here is you want to start inviting to these things, probably about 2 weeks ahead of time. So, I would say on Monday the 2nd, it's a great time to start inviting people in the new year, not just for fitness, but, for, new opportunities in general, of which this is one. So I would say just on the 2nd, you can start inviting to both the sneak peek and the live call. It depends what they like, if they'd rather do a group or if they'd rather get on a live call, you can give them the option to do one or the other, or both if they want, just to make sure they get all their questions answered. So that's what we're going to do for January. Does that sound good to everybody?
Yes.
Or for you, Christina, I think Chris cut out. You probably lost reception on the boat. Oh, there you are.
Reception.
You're out in the middle of the Pacific Ocean somewhere. Okay. So now let's talk about behaviors again, because this is something obviously that I wanted to touch on today, was about being accountable for this stuff. So we've all heard about the vital behaviors, right? We're proof that the product works. All of us are. That's, I think, what we're the best about all of us, is that we are so consistent with our fitness and nutrition, and we've all gotten such great results, and that's awesome. Chris, I loved your post today, by the way. Your loose pants one. That was awesome. That was so awesome. I was like, I need to do that, except my pants are not loose yet. And then personal development. Guys, if you haven't picked a book or found a book of personal development, I know, Chris, when you gave your call a while back on leadership, I know you mentioned in that presentation a bunch of books like this, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People is one. definitely start listening to personal development. When I tell you that that's the only thing that brought me back these last 2 weeks, was personal. I totally stopped listening to personal development those 2 weeks. And I don't know why, I just wasn't feeling it. And I stopped. And I said, you know what, I'm just going to start in my car again. I'm just going to press play, because I have on iBooks, you can get audiobooks if you have an iPhone, or you can download the Audible app, which, and you can get books on Audible. Definitely recommend I won't sit here and waste time listing personal development books, but what I'll do is in the team page, post a list of all the ones that I know about that are really good that I've listened to, and some that I've heard of that are on my list to listen to. I definitely want, it's all they say is 10 minutes a day. I tend to do a lot more because I drive a lot and I just listen to it in my car. I've kind of become addicted to it. I love it. But 10 minutes a day is all you need. It's so important to feed your brain positivity to motivate you. I just can't even, speak highly. Darren Hardy, who's the author of The Compound Effect, which is a book I love. He always says garbage in, garbage out. Like if all you do is listen to the news and read, sensational, like all the bad stuff that's happening in the world, that's all you're gonna put out in the world. It's like, that stuff's garbage coming in. You have to feed your mind nutrition just like you feed your body nutrition if you want it to perform. That's the way he puts it, and I totally agree. It changes the way you think. So 10 minutes a day, definitely try to do that. The invite. This is what it's all about for us, and this whole accountability thing that I want to talk about. This is where, we all tend to slack a little bit when things get busy. And then the fourth vital behavior is recognizing each other for a job well done. So we need to track these things, and that's what I wanted to talk to you guys about. It's so important to be accountable to do these things every day. These things, guys, are easy to do, but they're also really easy not to do. And that's where we all fall short. We all struggle with consistency, but consistency is so important because that's how you build momentum. There is at least a 2-month lag, guys, between what you do now and the results that you're going to see. Like I, fell short, like I said, those 2 weeks, but I'm probably going to hit Success Club in December because of what I did in November. It has nothing to do with what I did in December. It's people I was talking to last month and met with, and she got a friend, and this stuff, there's always a delay. Okay. So don't be disappointed if you feel like the work you're putting in isn't getting you anywhere. It is. It's just not manifesting itself yet. It takes about 2 months. And likewise, if you do stop, you'll start to notice the effects of that 2 months down the road, right? You'll run out of people to talk to. You'll run out of conversations. You'll run, so the consistency is totally key. And we're all so busy, so we all struggle because of the fact that it's just as easy not to do it as it is to do it. So, this is a business that we're all in. We need to treat it like a business. It's hard for a lot of people to treat it seriously because it's not something we personally have invested a lot in. It's not like we took a loan out to start a business. It's not like we bought a Panera and had to put 40 grand up front. It's not like I opened a physical therapy practice and had to take out a $200,000 loan to build the practice and have to make that money back. There's no pressure that way. So that seems to make it easy for people to just sort of fall off, because I didn't invest a lot in it. So there's nothing to lose. It doesn't really matter if I put the time in. But even though we didn't invest all that money in it, the potential for earnings and income and lifestyle is just as great. So treat it like you've invested that much, and that you really don't have a choice but to make that money back, to take that mentality, because you'll get the payout, you'll get the rewards that it has to offer, but it just takes being consistent. So I know I struggle. I put this fourth point there. You have to align our goals with our efforts, because I know that has been at times a problem for me. I think I'm working hard, but I'm actually probably not what my goals are. to be able to quit my job at some point so I can be home with my kids in the summer. Like, am I really working hard enough to get to that point? Can I be pissed off at anybody but me if it doesn't happen? No. I'm the one that's totally responsible. And if my efforts don't match my goal, then I got nobody to blame but myself, so we have to match our effort level to what our goals actually are. And your goals don't have to be huge. They can be small. They could be just to pay a bill or two. They could be whatever it is for you, your efforts have to match it. So I know we've all talked about, trying to help each other stay on track, and we're all sort of struggling to find time. We're all so busy. So I wanted to try to develop a system where we can all stay in touch with each other digitally in order to make sure that we're all staying on track. There's a couple ways to do it. There's a lot of tracking forms out there. I know I've talked on previous wake up calls about the power of threes. This is a spreadsheet that I created. There is a template for it in the file section of our team page. And it basically means you do 3 things every day. You add 3 people to your friend network. You connect with 3 new people, start new conversations. You follow up with 3 ongoing conversations, and you send 3 invites to challenge groups or coaching opportunities. So you can do this through the Power of Threes spreadsheet. I set it up to be a month long. So because I liked to see everything on one sheet, like day 1 through day 30, to make sure I didn't have any empty cells, you know what I mean? Because then I knew I wasn't fulfilling it. And if I missed one day, I would double up the next day to make sure all my cells were filled. But then what I found was that I wasn't reverse engineering my goals enough. And what I mean by that is, if I had a goal at the end of the month, you have to reverse engineer that into smaller goals. Like, okay, that means I need to hit, if I want to hit Success Club 5 by the end of the month, that means I need to try to hit Success Club 3 by the middle of the month, which means I have to send out, do X, Y, and Z every single week. And it wasn't breaking it down into small enough chunks to make sure I was hitting my weekly goals. It was kind of letting me off the hook because I had the whole month to get there. So the business activity tracker, which I know you guys have all heard about, is another way to do it. Let me pull that up, the business activity tracker, if I can. So this is the business activity tracker. It's in it's posted in Coach Basics, and I can also put it in the team page as well. This is a weekly sheet, which I think might be a little better because it kind of doesn't let a week go by without, really trying to hit your weekly goals. So it breaks it into smaller chunks, and everything that you need to do every day is on here. And your weekly achievement summary in the bottom right, I think that's awesome. So we only have 10 minutes left. So my question for you guys is, what would you like to do? Or if you have any other ideas, please share. And, what do you think would work best? I would like to be able to put it in a central location where we can all see each other's, so that I think we have to be able to show each other what we've done. That's the key to this, is to make sure that there's a little pressure being put on us, like, oh man, I don't want to be the only one not finishing my sheet this week, that kind of thing. I think that would be good for me. But again, this is a group thing. So I wanted to open it up for discussion to see what you guys thought. I can put something in if you like the weekly business activity tracker, or if you'd rather do the month-long Power of Three spreadsheet, we can do that. But I can try to put it, I'm not very techie, so I've got to figure out how to do it in such a way that we can all have access to it. Does Google let you do that? Like Google Docs or, yeah? Okay.
Yeah, so you can put it in Google Docs. I'm sorry if it's loud. I'm outside right now. So
No, that's okay.
you can put it in Google Docs, and then we can all just go in there and grab it, and then we can save it, and then each view it every week or whatever.
Okay.
I can look into it and try and get it set up so that we can do that as a team. We'll just put it as like, our team name in Google Docs, and then I'll just send it out to everybody. As long as you have a computer that you don't use for work, that you're allowed to use for personal use.
Okay.
Some workplaces won't allow you to do personal use on their computer.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah.
So for me, when I'm out to sea, the only connection I have is my phone.
Yeah.
So what I have to do is I have to hook my iPad into my phone and use it as a hotspot so I can get internet
Right. Oh, okay.
on my iPad. That's how I did my last post when we were out to sea last Saturday.
Yeah.
To get my post on our challenge group, I used my iPad by linking it to my phone.
Okay.
So, I mean, I can look into it. It should be available hopefully tomorrow. We'll see.
No. I mean, we can work on it through the week. You know what I mean?
While it's fresh in my mind, I want to look at it because I don't want to forget about it. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
It's just like everything else in the business. I've forgotten everything. I've forgotten to do the threes. The conversations of fighting. I forgot all that.
I know it's hard. I get up I try to work from like 5:30 to 7. And also your social media posts. And I think the business activity tracker has all the necessary information on there. If we could find a way though to be able to post it all in a convenient spot, because I don't know if Christina, you can chime in too. Didn't you say Google was tough for you with work?
No, I have access to Google Drive through work.
Okay.
Which right now I'm using my personal laptop for work.
Yeah.
So that won't be a problem.
Okay. So if that's something we can all, log into a central location, that's easy access for everyone, then I think that would be great. That we can make, I was thinking like on an Excel sheet, we could make 4 tabs, one for each of us, you know what I mean? And then if any new coaches come on, we could just add a tab, you know what I'm saying? So everybody has their own tab and we can all view each other's tabs, but you would only fill in your own tab. Does that make sense? Like on, I don't know, whatever they call Excel within Google. I don't even know.
Well, Google, it would be, wouldn't it, Chris? We would all have access to the same drive, right?
Wait, say that again?
We would all have access to the same drive.
Yes.
And then it would just be what's it called in Google? I forget.
Sheets.
Oh, you mean
Google Sheets.
Google Sheet.
Right.
Yeah.
One sheet. And then would we each have our own tab in that sheet, or would it just be one sheet?
I think we can each have our own tab within that sheet.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, and then so you could just fill in your tab, but we would all have access to each other's, and that way we can call each other out. I mean, this is something that, nobody's going to be perfect, obviously, with this, but it's something that we all have to be on board with. If there's one of us that's like, I don't want to be held accountable, I don't want somebody to see what I'm doing or what I'm not doing, then it won't work. And if you don't want to do that, that's fine. But for those of us that do, I think it would be the ultimate way to keep ourselves on track to make sure that we're making the time to do it. And, everybody has circumstances, but as they say, we all have the same 24 hours in the day, and there are people who are going above and beyond, and it's all, I don't know how crazy you want to get with it as far as if you have a busy day, can you fit it in? It'd be amazing. I find pockets of time, a minute here, 5 minutes here, 2 minutes there, to kind of send a quick message or add a friend, or just to make sure you're getting all those things done throughout the day. And then we can all, have a weekly check-in. Like I'll just put it on the team page, like maybe on a Sunday night check-in for everybody, to see how we're all doing. Does that sound like a plan? I mean, would that help everybody? I'm just thinking.
Yeah, that would help me, I think.
Yeah, that's fine.
Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, then, so let's plan on that. We'll work on a Google Sheet, and then we'll get it up and running, you know, over Christmas break week or whatever, and then hopefully starting January 1st or 2nd, we can start going with it. Does that sound good?
Yep, perfect.
Okay, awesome, you guys. Awesome, awesome. All right, well, I will let you go. I know you're busy, and I think we're about out of time. So do you guys have any questions about anything?
Well, here you go. This is what I'm facing.
You suck. Damn, I'm jealous. Christina, the whole reason
out here.
I bust his chops because the whole reason I'm doing Beachbody is to be able to afford to take my family on a 2-week vacation to Hawaii.
Hey, you know, I'm sending a warmth to New Jersey.
Oh man. All right. Well, you guys have a good night. If I don't talk to you, have a wonderful Christmas. And
All right, same to you. Merry Christmas.
we'll be in touch for sure. All
Okay.
right. All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.